Hello everyone, I'm the Story Man, and today I'm doing the true finale of What If Yuji was Red Hulk, Part 4. Now, I said in the third part that that was gonna be the final, and I actually meant it, but I decided that the ending was a bit boring, and so I decided to do Red Hulk Sukuna versus Gojo. Now, I think this ending will be the best for the series. And I think this is something that would truly be a battle that people would like to hear about. So without further ado, this story is gonna happen by the two girls that wanted the real Kenjaku back. So when Red Hulk Yuji uses ultimate thunderclap attack against Mahito, finally killing him, Red Hulk Yuji transformed back into a normal Yuji due to the fact that, unlike the normal Hulk, Red Hulk doesn't have an infinite amount of limitless amount of potential to handle his powers, basically. So just like how it'll be with Ross overheating too much when having absorbed too much power, the same thing happened with Yuji. And while he passed out, that's when the two girls found Yuji and went and gave him just one of Sukuna's fingers. I think that's what they had. Only one finger. And now Yuji has a total of 5 fingers. And even though he doesn't have 15 fingers, like in canon, I'm gonna say this is more than enough for Sukuna to gain counters while Yuji's asleep. And it's gonna be a good thing too that I did it this way, and you'll see why near the end of the video. But anyways, when they did this, at the exact same time, Gojo appeared and asked them, "What do you two think you're doing to my student?" And when they both look, they so instantly knew about him to the room due to rumors, and they told him. And one of them told him, "You must be the strongest sorcerer." Yes, I am. But let's not talk about me right now. I'm wondering, what did you just did to Yuji? That you don't have to worry about. What the other girl said. We're we're just gonna ask Sukuna a favor. Not that has anything to do with you. Oh? You're gonna try asking Sukuna a favor. I can't let you have that. I can't let you do that. And what Gojo did next was teleport and karate chop both of them on the neck simultaneously, which they both passed out. And just when Gojo was gonna look at Yuji, he realized that he disappeared. And then when he turned around again, that's when he found out that Yuji was now Sukuna. And Gojo, the moment he saw this, told him, "You really think that you could do anything to me? Sure, you're out now. But even with 5 fingers, I don't doubt you have the power to do anything to me. So how about you go back to where you were before, and we just call it a day." Oh, you poor sorcerer. If you think I will be able to defeat you with just five of my fingers, you'll be sadly mistaken. Honestly, I wouldn't even bother waking up because I knew you were coming even before those two gave me one of the fingers. But you must be forgetting that this isn't just a vessel, this is a special vessel. And whenever I take over, it's something that even I can do with this boy's body as well. And the moment when Gojo heard this, that's when he realizes what Sukuna was about to do. And the moment he realized, Gojo instantly went up to Sukuna. However, Sukuna instantly unleashed a powerful aura, which even blew away Gojo. Not that it actually hurt him or anything, but it just made him go away due to him having a bad feeling of why he shouldn't be close, even with the infinite void barrier. And you'll see why soon. But anyways, Sukuna started to transform. And just like with Yuji, whenever he transforms, Sukuna transformed into the Red Hulk with more power than he ever had before. And even though Sukuna doesn't have the five fingers, the form that he was in now is honestly more than enough to be equivalent to his 20 fingers form. And you could say it might even surpass it. And the moment Gojo saw this, he knew that things are gonna be quite troubling due to the fact that Sukuna is already at 20 fingers now of his in terms of power. And Gojo instantly got battle ready, having his six eyes ready and everything. And now, the moment Sukuna got done transforming, he told Gojo, "Ready when you are, boy. Let's see how you could do against me in this form." "Yeah, let's see about that," Gojo replied. And then now, they both flew out the building and had one of the most epic battles ever in Jujutsu's history. With them being at the sky and trading blows to each other. Like how it be in Dragon Ball. They both would each have consecutive punches at each other. With one grabbing and then the other one punching. One grabbing and then punching. And then the other doing the same thing, grabbing and punching as well. And it's basically the same with the kicks as well. They do consecutive trade outs to each other at the sky. However, Gojo still has the edge, as Sukuna still cannot touch him, even with the power equivalent to 20 fingers now. Gojo teleported when Sukuna punched didn't reach him, and then Gojo went behind him and combined both of his hands together and hit Sukuna on the head to drop him down all the way to the ground. However, it did not win how Gojo thought he would, because just when Sukuna was about to hit the ground, Sukuna smirked, looked at the ground, and then slapped both of his hands together, which made one of the strongest thunderclaps. Even stronger than Red Hulk Yuji's thunderclap. And it's not even a special one. It's just Sukuna's normal strength of a thunderclap in Red Hulk's form. And this, of course, made him bounce back to where Gojo was. And the moment Gojo saw this, he said mentally, this is gonna be more of a doozy than I thought. With Sukuna turning around, looking at Gojo, and maniacally laughing, put both of his fists out, and then try to do a power, what you call it? Power pack punch or something like that, where basically a martial artist used both of his hands at the same time to do a powerful impact punch. That's what Sukuna did. But of course, Gojo barrier saved him again, with Gojo kicking Sukuna this time to the left side, and Sukuna did the same thing again, used the thunderclap to go back at Gojo, and Gojo once again blew Sukuna out. However, Sukuna once again used the thunderclap to go at Gojo before he reaches the ground. And this happened over and over again. And while this happened so many times, nothing went unscathed at the Shibuya. Everything kept being destroyed over and over again. And even though this is Gojo, he still can't just let his guard down, because this is not any kind of foe that he ever went up against before. This is how I thought the strongest foe he has went up against. And while this was happening, Gojo was wondering, why does he keep doing this, knowing that he cannot ever truly touch me? And Gojo finally had enough. And just when Sukuna went back to him again, Gojo teleported, instantly went up to Sukuna, and then readied a hollow purple technique. And like that, he blew up half the upper body of Red Hulk Sukuna's. And then finally, Sukuna's touched the ground, or at least his lower body did. And when this happened, Gojo went to the ground as well. But he realized that the city definitely didn't went out unscathed. But at least it could have been worse, he said, thinking the battle was over. However, just when he turned around, Gojo sensed a malevolent aura, with this aura having a face of its own, smiling like no human. And Gojo, even with his back turned, felt this aura. And he instantly looked back at Sukuna direction and saw that Sukuna was laughing again maniacally, with his whole upper body regenerated. And Gojo said out loud, "How were you able to do that? Even with reverse curse technique, it doesn't mean that you're truly immortal." "You idiot," Sukuna said. "Even if that's true, who said I came back with using reverse curse technique? Did you forget that this boy powers allowed him to have regeneration capabilities? But I'll admit that was not truly enough to bring it back. So I had to use a mix of reverse curse technique as well. And now you can say I'm fundamentally immortal, more or less now. Even if I get my whole body destroyed, as long as one cellular body of me remains, I can regenerate that almost instantaneously. With Gojo hearing this, he he really had to take this seriously and looked at Sukuna with a very serious face, like no other serious face he has done before. With him saying, "I had enough of you. It's time for you to go. You, you relic of the past." With Gojo using his domain expansion, unlimited void, and just like with Jogo, everything stopped except Gojo. And just when Gojo went up to Sukuna to finally finish him off, that's when Gojo realized that his right arm was missing and he was bleeding a lot. And the first thing he thought was, what the hell? With him looking back at Sukuna, with him with a face of horror, that Sukuna was actually moving in his curse technique. I mean his domain expansion, due to the fact that Sukuna had absorbed all of Gojo's attacks, which is why Sukuna kept going at Gojo over and over again, for him to absorb his unlimited void technique. And to the point where it doesn't affect him no more. He absorbed it to the point where Gojo's technique is too low on power to work well against Sukuna. But it normally would have worked even with someone low. I mean, with not anyone low in this universe. Like, for example, even if it was Jugo who went up against Jugo up against Gojo with his void more lower than before, Jugo still wouldn't be able to reach him. But this time, Sukuna, with his newfound powers, was able to do it due to the fact of how much of a monster he is. And Sukuna told him, well. Seems like the technique that protected you for so long ended up being your downfall. With Gojo on his knees, thinking that this was actually the end. Seems like I lost. But hey, I tried my best. Well, good luck, everyone. With Sukuna telling him, even though you lost, you were without a doubt the best out there. Stand proud. You are strong. And just when he was about to do his own domain expansion, that's when everything went back to normal. With Gojo being surprised. And he looked up slowly and saw that it was Yuji telling him, kept you waiting, huh? Before Yuji collapsed. With Sukuna saying, damn right, my bad. With Gojo saying, damn right you did. Before him collapsing too. And the reason why this happened is because, unlike the 15 fingers, Sukuna only have gained 5, or 1 technically, which was a total of 5. And even though his time limit was lower than in canon with 15 fingers, Sukuna still would have at least had enough time to kill Gojo. If it weren't for the fact that, as I said before, that Red Hulk power is unlike the original Hulk. Doesn't have infinite potential and has a finite limit to absorbing cosmic power. And the fact that this version of Hulk had it actually was a good thing in this version of JJK. And when Yuji woke up, he was in a hospital bed. He looked around and wondered where was he at. And then Yuji looked at his his left, and Gojo was there with him. With them looking at each other for 3 seconds and then started laughing. And just then, Gojo told him, "How does it feel to have your body back?" "It feels good. Don't have to worry about him taking over now. Now that every threat is gone." "I feel ya. Well, now everything is truly back to how it is. And now there's peace again." And honestly, I'm glad Sukuna took over your body, if I were to be honest. Because that was the best fight I ever had in my life. So I have to say, thank you, Yuji, for letting me fight Sukuna. No big deal. But I don't think it should be a good thing, though, due to the fact that we did massive damage to the city. You and Sugana did, at least, since I technically didn't have any control over my body. With both of them started laughing again. Thank you for watching. And the next What If is gonna be an MHA one. Peace.